Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. I got asked to go ahead and try out a rifle I know nothing about. So we're going to unveil this. I'm going to go ahead and get it sighted in at 25 yards and then test various types of ammunition out to 100 yards. I normally don't do this, but I was asked by my son and demanded by my wife. Well, you know, I got stuck saying two words 44 years ago, I do. And never stopped saying that. So here we go. Come on back in a minute. We'll get to shooting. Well, the rifle I'll be testing for my son and commanded by my wife today is a Ruger American 6.5 Creedmoor. I know nothing about the rifle, but it seems to be like one of the top sellers as far as entry-level rifles are concerned. Now, I don't like that word entry-level or budget rifle or any of that kind of stuff, because as a financial advisor, I've always advised clients that you never should invest money that you can't afford to replace. So this rifle, if it shoots real well, if it only gets used during hunting season, maybe a couple of shooting seasons a year, to where you might only use 1 or 2 boxes of shells, I call that high value indeed. Alright, so let's go over the rifle. All you have to do is look it up on YouTube. There's thousands of these Ruger Americans that are demonstrated, and they seem to have a really good reputation. My initial thoughts are, okay, it's a very lightweight rifle with a polymer stock with no comb to it, so the scope has to be down lower toward the bore in order for you to get a good cheek weld. A 22-inch barrel. The bolt has these machining marks on it that kind of make it sound like a zipper when you're opening and closing. It's got a flush mount type of box magazine with its own little lever on it. Fits pretty well in the magazine. I did go ahead and shoot 3 rounds at 25 yards to get it sighted in. It was pretty close. And now I'm going to test 3 different types of ammunition. But again, on the rifle, I've got a Simmons 4x12 by 40 8-point scope on here. Obviously, not a real expensive type of scope, but it's clear enough and I could see the target. Has no parallax adjustment on it, so I assume that the parallax was set at 100 yards at the factory, like most hunting scopes. Alright, the ammo that I'm going to be shooting is by Ammo Inc. I know the company well, they own Gunbroker, but I don't know their ammunition. This is a 40 grain soft point ammo, or excuse me, 40 grain SST ammo. So as far as that bullet's concerned, it ought to shoot really well. Then I have some of my hand loads, 129 grain Hornady Interlock and 140 grain Spear Gold Dot that I'm going to be firing through it. So let's see how it shoots, and then I'll give you my final wrap up after the shooting. So let me go turn the target on down there, target camera on, and let's get to shooting. Okay, first up is this ammo, 140 grain SST by Ammo Inc. Conditions, absolutely no wind, about 78 degrees, some pretty good humidity, and I'm right at 3,100 feet above sea level. So for those of you that like those kind of atmospheric conditions, there you go. Okay, so here we go. First shots. Got a tang safety on it. Got a cocking indicator on there. And as far as the scope is concerned, at 12 power at 100 yards, a 6-inch target is very small. Alright, that looks to be about 1 inch to the right. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's just me. That was not the gun. That's just me not knowing the gun. Alright, I already have the second one in there. It ejects real good, doesn't it? Oh, Matt's friend, at least with this ammo, might have a shooter. Okay, I'm not really muscling that bolt. It's just that I'm not used to it, so it feels like it's tight at the top of the swing, but it may not be. So let's check it on this third one here. You sure know when it's in battery though. Wow, pretty good ammo, Inc. All right, let me go mark that target and then I'll get to my hand loads. Okay, so now my 129 grain Hornady interlock, these are my hand loads developed for one of my other 6.5 Creedmoors. If pressures were safe in that rifle, should be safe in this rifle. As far as the bolt lift is concerned, it's that short throw 60-degree bolt lift, and the cycling of it is user error. I'm not familiar with the rifle, so the smoothness of it I can't attest to until I've shot it for quite a few more times. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these rounds shot. Same target. Hard to see in the scope where that hit. Okay, I can see that one clear over to the right. Again, that was probably me, not the ammunition. At 100 yards, 12 power, 40 tube, that dot looks like the size of a fly on the crosshairs. Okay, let's go reset, shoot again. You can see that the bolt lift was a little bit better on there because I'm getting used to this rifle. Okay, all those rings on that 6-inch target are 1 inch apart, so you can pretty much gauge by the groups. Alright, so now I'm going to be shooting my 140 grain Spear Gold Dot. This is my money load as far as deer hunting is concerned, because of the construction of the bullet. The Spear Gold Dot is a chemically bonded bullet, and I've never recovered one from a single animal that I've shot, which is what I'm after, 2 holes through and through. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how this shoots now. What happened here? Okay, that's the first malfunction. Do I not have the... Alright, again, that was just user error, nothing big. Okay. Kind of an interesting test so far. Yeah, the barrel's pretty warm. Alright, I don't know what's causing that, folks. But I'll make a note of that to my son's friend, that you need to kind of cycle pretty fast. Okay. Now let's see if that was just user error. Yes. Cycle fast. You won't have that little hiccup. Now I didn't talk about the trigger, but this is that Ruger specific. It's got a kind of a blade on it that you need to depress to engage the trigger. Savages have it also. I think they call it, I don't know what they call it, but okay, let's go map those out and give my overall final review based upon 9 shots. Okay, folks. Okay, so this target ought to be real good for my my son's friend. This was his Ammo Inc. Commercial ammunition that he owns, so he can work on the adjustment to bring it on over, but that's a nice little, probably under a half-inch group at 100 yards. Then the next one was my 129 grain Hornady hand load with 1 out but 2 touching like that, and the 140 grain Gold Dot, 2 touching and 1 out. Now that generally means that this cartridge is not necessarily married to this rifle, that a powder charge change, a seating depth change, any of those things can pull that flyer back into a small group. But overall, I'll give a thumbs up to the Ruger American as far as shooting is concerned. The rest of it is the user interface. Needs to get used to the rifle, how it fits the contours of your body, your eye alignment, your shoulder alignment, its shootability as far as a hunting rifle from the shoulder or whatever type of situation, if he puts a bipod on there, however he wants to shoot. But anyway, folks, if you enjoyed this, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Please do that. Also, leave a comment if you will. But no matter what, God bless y'all. See you at the next video. Have a good day. Goodbye.